Hello everybody and welcome back to KSP POV. So after reviewing last episode's footage of KXP, I realized that there is too much flashing going on at the bottom of the ocean. I looked into it, but I couldn't find an answer to the bug, and I was not able to disable the underwater scatter. So unfortunately, we are going to have to cancel our mission to visit the deep sea lab that KXP launched for us. I'm not too bummed about that. KXP visited themselves in the last episode, rescuing the 4 Kerbals themselves, as opposed to our mission, which would be to deposit 4 Kerbals to inhabit and do some science there. And instead of doing the same mission twice, just through a different point of view, I decided we are going to forgo the submarine aspect, and we'll turn our sights back on land, or air rather, as we developed another experimental craft that I'm pretty excited to show off today. Unfortunately, there's no builds to this aspect to this episode, but that is because it's quite a journey that we are going to take today. So I'm just excited to get started. So let's hop in the VAB. I'll show you what we got, and we'll get started. So here we have the Hover Lab 2, which is essentially the same body as our submarine. However, we have little cabin in the back that we can view out of. No drills necessary, no ballast tanks at the bottom, no craft motors necessary to power it forward. The wheels do have electricity, but as you can see here, it's got one major design change, and that is the hover engines. So these come with the Feline Rover mod pack, or just Feline Rover Exploration mod. The Lynx body that we've been using have these handy little attachments. If I could get down there. You do need to get these... You do need to get these Lynx engine holders to hold them, though. It took me a second to figure that out. But honestly, I thought I would have to be messing about with action groups and cal controllers and all sorts of stuff to get these things to work. But I was so surprised at how easy it was to build it that I'm going to make a short about it soon, but it was literally out of the box. Just a matter of action groups. And if you're dealing in POV, and if you're just dealing in third-person perspective, it's just right-click menus, makes things super easy. But without further ado, we are going to get our intrepid crew of Valentina, Roanie, Seanvin, and Zelu. It's their first mission. The engineer there, the one that is incredibly stupid, but also incredibly courageous. So they are perfect to bring aboard. So let's go ahead and get this out on the launch pad and get it started, and I'll explain what the mission for the day is. Alright, here we are on the launch pad on a beautifully semi-cloudy afternoon. We are going to be heading off in that direction, but if we zoom out, as we see here, not all is well with our KSC, and there's quite a drop. And hover engines, regardless, we got to be careful. So let's go ahead and hop into the cockpit, put on our brakes, get our screen set up the way that we like them. That'll keep an eye on my left side. We have Roanie in here. However, this is good information for this craft. However, we are not really going to be using it. Such a pretty day. We're not going to be using it, so Roanie can go ahead and hop back here and be in the back seat. There we go. And just some visuals for him to look at. This seat as well could be good for our resources, but who is this? Zalul. Zalul, you probably shouldn't be trusted with any of the equipment or the buttons. You have the highest stupidity out of everyone. So you're gonna sit here with the slightly obstructed view. Oh, they got a nice view up there. But yeah, this is the typical Lynx cockpit that I'll put that there. Yeah, this in here is the typical Lynx cockpit, but for a lot of my roving missions, I feel like it's just slightly not enough tech. But, oops, go back in there. Hold on. There we go. Valentina. Valentina's going to be primarily our pilot today. We need to turn off our altitude warning. I just noticed there's no sound. There we go. You know what? Maybe we will put on our speed warning and we will turn that up to, let's say, we can really get this thing going. Let's say 57. There we go. All right. So we are all set. All we need is request for clearance. Clearance for takeoff, I should say. I'll take it. All right. So we are going to be pressing action groups 1, 2, and then 3, but I'm going to go ahead and slip this out of first person perspective so you can see this beauty. Listen to those engines. And so yeah, so I thought, you know, okay, getting here would be easy, but if I wanted to move forward, I would probably need to have both hands on my keyboards activating all 6 directions in space, but that is not the case. This thing works right out of the box. Oh. Right out of the box. I had my brakes on. There we go. That concerned me. I thought I was going to be... Oh, hold on. I thought I was going to be proven wrong. Control from there. There we go. Yeah, so that was a little bit of user error, but as we see here, it's very easy to control. So yeah, so let's go ahead and hop in the cockpit and make our way forward. May have to turn down that engine sound. And we quite easily move over here. We have our hover engine set to 2 meters above the surface, so there is some limitations to this. This is not, could not be considered a VTOL in the slightest. So let's go ahead and slow down for a second, and we are going to stop hovering, stop our engines, bring them inside. We can make it through this gap, but I mean, why risk it? Why risk it this early on, right? Just to show off. Oh, did I hear thunder? Heard thunder there. Anyways, we are now out of the KSC. Let's go ahead and say goodbye to that. Yeah, see, I knew having a cockpit in the back would be a great idea. But we have to make sure we don't crash. Alright, so now that we are out of the KSC, let's go ahead. It... Hold on. It really... Okay, so it likes to switch control if I switch back there. So maybe we won't do that too often. Okay. This can be a little treacherous at times, so decided to wait until we got a little bit clear. See, there's the runway right there. Alright, so now we're in a little bit safer of a zone. Once we get over that hill right up there, we'll be looking good. Why is our sound with this? No. Yeah, that's definitely thunder. We've got an alarm going off somewhere. That beeping is quite annoying. Let's see. Okay. Okay, going a little fast. Brony, would you mind taking a look and see if you can turn off that? Oh, no, not me. Brony, would you mind seeing if you can turn off that alarm real fast? It is somewhere here. There we go. We should probably have our camera up so we can see what we're doing. There we go. Let's have our vessel view. There we go. Alright. So in case we need to use that seat again. Oh, we're coming up to some cactus. We need to be careful. There we go. Alright, yeah, because we still do have some collision on here. And if you see me switch out into third person like that, that's because our cabin control switched. Alright, so we are in the open. So now we have a location on our waypoint finder called Investigate that we've been told to go and investigate. So it is a solid 121 kilometers and going at the rate that I'm going a whopping 33 meters per second, which is a little dangerous, gotta say. It's a little fast. It's gonna take us a little over an hour to get there. So a good chunk of this episode is going to be time-lapse footage of that, but we're going to hang out, we're going to listen to some music. If anything happens, you know, I'm here, you'll hear my thoughts in the moment, but for the most part, we've got a long journey ahead of us. It's going to be possibly early evening by the time we get there, hopefully, if we make good time. And then I've got one last thing to do once we get there, but I'm excited to show you. And yeah, we can turn this off. 120 kilometers to go. Oh, the other thing that I'm really proud about. Look at this. Look at this. We're like positively charged. As long as the sun's shining. Okay, don't hit that cactus. Don't hit that cactus. Okay, good. As long as the sun's shining, we'll be flying. I really like this design. It's this mod itself made hovercrafting so easy, and I was having a lot of fun when I was getting this episode together. And so the goal is we are going to be able to pilot this on Eve, hopefully, I believe. I tried it out a little bit. I don't know what its power consumption is going to be. We may have to deal with something on the fly or figure something out with better technology. But that is the goal for our channel, or for our series, is that Eve is our next goal. And in the next episode, we are going to be making progress towards that. That's what we're going to be working on. We've done enough testing here on Kerbal. That's the whole point of these past couple episodes, or to test crafts and theories in order to utilize them on alien worlds. And I think we're just about ready. So I'm going to take a back seat, or the front seat rather, and I'll see you in a little bit. We're going to stop over at that oasis, provided that it's not a mirage. I like that you can make sharp turns at high speeds and be alright, for the most part. So it turns out that it was indeed not a mirage, and we can visit on our way. Nothing really to do here. I don't have any water functionality on this craft, but it's the only stretch of water in this desert. Why not check it out? Wonder what that rock was. Wonder if that was anything. Here we are, everybody. Stop 1 on our destination. And I'm not talking about stopping here. We are just gonna go ahead and blow right through it and keep on going. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh. Is it gonna rain on our picnic? Sounds like it. Oh, please don't hit that cactus. Oh, okay. Oh, damage report. Vessel view. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Okay, we've got all 4 engines. Ooh. Okay, you know what? Let's kill our hover. Let's put our brakes on. And let's hit ourselves a quick save. One of those buttons did it. Whew. Everyone alright? Progress report? Everything's good. Alright, we're good to go. Cleared for takeoff. Ooh, that spun me around. And we need to kill our brakes. There we go. Whoops. Backwards. There we go. Alright, back on track. See, it just goes to show you can't rest on your laurels when it comes to parallax with collision. Not on Kerbin. What's beeping? What's the problem? Go check the back if you would, Roni. What's that warning coming from? Engine overheat. Oh, okay. Let's kill the hover. Oh, okay. Bring everything in. Whew. Okay, engine overheating. Didn't know. Nice one, Valentina. Nice one indeed. Alright, yeah, so didn't know that that was a thing. So we're gonna have to sit here and wait it out a little bit. Let's pull our brakes off and just back away from that cactus. Alright, so I don't know how long it'll take for the engine to cool down, but I feel like we might be okay. Let's see, do we have a heat map anywhere around here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, nonetheless, get engines out, get the engines activated. Oh, and I guess we're already in hover mode. Okay. Alright, there we go. Back on track. Okay, so I guess that's just how it's gonna be. Alright, so we're gonna hit our abort stage, which actually does all three, deploys, or stows the rotors, kills the hover mode, and turns off the engine. Alright, so we're gonna drive there for a little bit. We've got electric charge in our motor. Unfortunately, it is not as perpetual as our hover engine. It takes a lot more energy to push this craft forward, but it will give our engine some time to cool down, which will be gladly needed. Don't have an engine temperature there. Oh well. I just don't like roving as much. It's just a little too dangerous. Okay, don't lose control. Losing control in roving mode is a little worse off, because if we flip, we may not be able to recover. So let's, you know what? Let's go ahead and get our engines back on. They've cooled down for long enough. It's a little bit safer this way, I believe. We've got a wider base, less likely to tip over, as long as we don't go rocketing over any cliffside. Ooh, don't hit that tree. Oh, don't hit those cacti either. Okay, there we go. Seem to have passed through the storm. Hopefully we'll have some clear weather by the time we get to our destination. Alright, we are going to wait it out a little bit. Let's get ourselves a little bit to solid land, so we're not on so much of a hill. Here's good. Oh, did I wait too long? I might have. Oh, I might have. Oh, well, what's the point of having repair kits if you can't repair it? This doesn't do anything either. I thought we would be able to drink this beer. Take two. This is giving me very good flashbacks of when I did my Around the World challenge, and we did it actually in a cockpit just like this. Had a lot of fun in that episode. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. Visited every single POI. Oh, don't hit that. Visited every single POI in the game. Oh, I'm hesitant to see the damage of that. Okay. Put on the brake. F3. Okay, so our cabin and one of our engines were damaged. But it seems like we still have access to all four. Okay. And we can still hover. Alright. Back on track. But yeah, check that episode out if you haven't seen it. It was a lot of fun. We are starting to use more electricity than we're producing, so makes me think that the sun is actually starting to set, and we may have to rely on fuel power earlier than I was hoping for. Hey, look at that. Another grander, no, smaller oasis. We'll swing by that one as well. Ooh. Always catches me by surprise when I don't just plunge headfirst into it. Alright, so now we've got quite the hill to climb. And it's starting to get dark, so I'm gonna, okay, hit the, oh. Yep. How's everyone doing? I think the lesson here is I need to just stop talking and drive. There we go. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna stop narrating for now. We're gonna stop going on sidetracks, and we're just gonna focus on the mission at hand. Oof, that was a bad hit. Let's try that a little bit smoother. We're at a weird angle. Okay, that was a bad idea. Okay. Okay, that's a better idea. I was hoping to stop and quick save. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, what is this journey? Okay, let's get ourselves a little bit more stable ground. If we can. I don't think we can. Yep, that's gonna do that again. Let's bring that in. Whew. Okay. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's turn hover off. Let's turn hover back on. Okay, now we have control again. What was that? Okay. Back to it. And we only have a little bit of charge left, so we are going to go ahead and switch on over to our electric fuel. Use that to power our engines. My engines gave out. Oh, it's very dangerous. We should probably come to a full and complete stop, but we are on a hill. That was ominous. Yeah, we're gonna drive a little bit and try to utilize some of the speed that we have, but hopefully we don't crash. Yeah, we're gonna hit the brakes. We're starting to lose control. How you doing, Roni? You good? Everyone good back there? Yeah, they're fine. Alright, so we're gonna wait for a second. Guessing the engines died because they were overheated. Should be here. I think I'm gonna have Roni back here so I can keep an eye on that when I need to. Alright, let's see. Can we get our engines back out? Oh, did I run out of fuel? Is that why? Liquid fuel. Oh, empty. Yep, okay, so that's why. So, we're just going to change back to electric. Switch back to Valentina. And we're gonna go as long as we can. We may have to park overnight and then regain that solar charge in the morning. But nonetheless, we are gonna keep going, pursuing our goal. It says at this blistering speed of 34 meters per second, it's only gonna take us half an hour to get there. So I'm excited. That means we're getting close. However, it is getting late. I was hoping to get there by nightfall, but given the fact that we no longer have charge, it may just be safer to try to make it as far as we can and pitch camp. Oh, is that Eve? Saw Eve somewhere. It's somewhere in there. That's fun. We're gonna be seeing you soon, Eve. Don't you worry. And for what was that? Anyways, and for those of you who want to see this hovercraft in action in third person, don't you worry, we are going to be utilizing it in the KXP series as well. We're going to be sharing our designs a little more freely, working together as a space agency as opposed to a space race. But don't be fooled, this is still a race and still a challenge and a conquest of the Kerbal system for who can plant flags on all of the bodies first. Ooh, don't hit that cactus. Thank you. You know what? This actually seems like as good a place as any to stop and collect ourselves and save our energy for the morning. So let's point ourselves eastward. We'll get a nice view of the sunrise. In fact, we'll actually climb back up the hill a little bit. Yeah, no low charge. Okay, there's actually not a very good spot on this hill. There we go. Yeah, I know. We're gonna be canceling that out soon. Just turn this way. There we go. Drop. Put brakes on. Oops. Oh, what did I do? That was uncomfortable. All right, let's stow our engines, turn our lights off, and I guess I'm gonna listen to this beeping. I've probably cut it out of the video already, but we're gonna hang out here until the sun rises and then keep going. And the sun has risen, so now it's just a matter of getting enough charge to get rid of that very incessant beeping. Give ourselves a little extra, let the sun come high enough. We are now once again in green, so we can turn our screens back on. Everyone good? Yeah, everyone's good. Alright, so once again, back at it. Let's deploy our engines, activate them, switch into hover mode, point ourselves towards our destination. This. There we go. And let's get going. I'm going to try to come over the top of the hill and kind of curve my way around. It's nice knowing that we've got full solar capabilities yet again, so we can travel without fear of running out of electricity. All we have to fear is destruction and fear itself. Okay, the ocean. Or a large body of water, anyhow. Was not expecting to see that here. Are we sure we're on the right track? Yeah, it looks like it. But we do need to go inland more, so that does make sense. Okay. Yeah, those cliffs can be killer. And we are close. So let's go ahead and head over that hill, see what there is to see. Surprisingly, it's actually easier to control it at higher speeds. Not going over these hills, of course, but at higher speeds, it's easier to maneuver around these obstacles. And, you know, when you're in normal time mode, you're tempted to go much faster, but I'd actually have to say the strategy here is to go a safe speed, but time warp a little bit. Oh, look at this. There's a Windows desktop oh, okay. Going a little fast. Alright. Let's see. That's the view from back there. Yep, that is a screensaver, alright. Or a desktop background. Okay, so we are close. Okay, let's be a little more careful. Now no longer are we dealing with cacti. Well, except for that guy right there. Hello. Now we're no longer dealing with cacti, but we are actually going to be dealing with trees, which is considerably more dangerous. So be careful. It says we're only 4 minutes away from our goal if we're going this speed. So we'll keep going this speed, but we'll be a little faster than that. So I mean, we're only going 17 meters per second, but covering twice the amount of distance, and we're a little more agile when we turn left and right. With a little more zip to it. A little more pep. Alright. So, 4,000 meters away from our target. It seems like it's going to be over the hill over there. Feel like we should go around at a safer angle. So we can go around this way. It's much lower altitude over here. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, cactus. There we go. Alright, so we gotta watch our speed as we crest over this hill. And we come into the basin. Gonna be heading downhill. Heading pretty fast. Trying to ignore all that beeping. I'm not sure how to turn that off. I could have sworn that that was our altitude warning, but we have that turned off. Alright, 2,000 meters from our target. We should lay eyes on it soon. Nice flat, well, not flat, but nice clear zone. I don't have to worry about crashing into any collidable objects, but we do have to worry about flying off the edge like so. Okay, manage. There we go. We don't want to flip, but we are coming in hot. And we're going to use our momentum to push ourselves up the hill. One last force. And here we are. We have... Oh, we gotta hit the brakes. Don't crash into the monument. I said don't crash into the monument. Well, at least we didn't destroy the history. Whew, that was a journey and a half. I wish we could have done it there on a single life, but let's go ahead. Kill that, kill that. Actually, let's position ourselves a little better. Yeah, I wish we could have done it without having to do any of our reloads, but this was a fun journey nonetheless. Ooh. Turn those engines off. Excellent. We can leave them down for now. We do want to extend our ladder. And let's go stretch our legs. It's been quite a long time since any of these Kerbals have been on solid ground. Hey guys, how you doing? You alright back there? Yeah. This is our exit. Valentina, you have the honors of being the first Kerbal out of the craft and at the foot of the Great Pyramids. But with that, we are going to leave our intrepid heroes here to have their barbecue and enjoy the spoils of their journey out here at the pyramids. They will be picked up by a glorious rocket later on and then taken home. But this was a wonderful test of the hovercraft system, and it is something that I look forward to utilizing in Eve atmosphere. We are going to be starting that program in the next episode, probably do a probes before crude situation. Yeah, don't worry, we're not going to lose you that quickly. And yeah, we're going to start that in the next episode. The KXP crowd are going to be going to a different celestial body entirely, and so we'll let you know what that is on their next episode on Friday. But anyways, with that, I'm going to bring this one to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward for more KSP POV. If you did think about subscribing, drop me a like, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.